And so I want to officially welcome you to the broadcast and thanks so very much for the love that you give me. I'm feeding Pankwan right now. And this is the hour of politics. This is focus on Liberia, where we educate, we elevate, and as always, promote all things Liberia. The topic for today edition of the hour of politics is the United Party on sale or convention is not cheap. Which one? Is it on sale or convention is not cheap? So these people who want to be leaders in the Unity Party, they have to pay a price tag, that is in line with the position that are up for grabs and that they might have interest in. It will be politically juicy for you, and I want you to be here as I lay it all out for you. But before we get to the Unity Party, I have some things to bring to you. A lot of things happening in our dear country, Liberia, folks. Please hit that share button. Let's get to it. So, in other news, our lawmakers, there you go. What have we gotten into ourselves? To you, the voters who elected these people, they are on a mission to take care of themselves and to allow you to have poverty as your portion. The lawmakers, the ones you elected, and you gave that responsibility for lawmaking, for oversight and representation, those ones who have the authority to appropriate the national budget, to divide the national kit, to tell you, oh, yeah, money here for your hospital, money for the schools, money for roads, money for everything that will benefit you, things that will improve your living condition, things that will make life livable and easier for you. The ones you elected to do so are doing it for themselves, and they are giving you crumbs. The latest development here is the lawmakers have given themselves another $30,000, and that is the noise that is in town. Well, the finance minister is jumping into the discussion and he's making it politically juicy. He said, hey, I can tell you without any hesitation, take it to the bank. We have approved, we have disbursed, we have transmitted or transformed or deposited into the accounts of all lawmakers $30,000 for them to pocket and use are displaced. According to the finance minister, the guy who is responsible for paying everybody into the or in the country, he said they have done their part, and this time they have done it well for the legislators again. But guess what? One lawmaker is saying, oh no, that cannot be true. I did not get a penny. And if anybody can prove me wrong, that I actually received money, this so-called legislative engagement and accessibility fees in the tune of $30,000, if anybody from the government can prove that I receive any such amount, my seat here that I sit in as senator, I will give it up today. So what are we to believe here? And the senator speaking is Darius DeLon. And today he had a press conference to say that he did not receive any such money, and that it is the government of Liberia that has the authority to deposit lawmakers' money into their own account. So if they have done it, in the words of Samuel Tuet and others in the CDC government who are saying DeLon and all other lawmakers receive any such money, DeLon is saying, prove me wrong. My seat, my Senate seat that I'm occupying for 9 years is all yours. Now, Akaros Gray, who is a lawmaker, and it's obvious he's from the CDC, is saying, we all got the money. DeLon got his own too. I don't know if he checked DeLon's account. I don't know if Samuel Tuet checked DeLon's account. I don't know if we can even believe Darius DeLong, the guy who got himself into trouble. He bought a ticket to fly first class. And then he said, oh no, I just went. He went there and took picture. No one asked him to take picture. No one was on the plane with him. He took a picture, posted it on Facebook. I mean, first, can you imagine a lawmaker just because they fly in first class, took a picture and put it on Facebook, and then he lied about it, that he only went in that section to visit a friend or to say hi to a friend, and that's why you would take a picture. But then DeLong was lying. So can we believe that Darius DeLong? Well, that is the latest on another $30,000. So lawmakers, according to the government of Liberia, confirmed by Samuel 12, Akaros Gray have received 30,000 each. But DeLong is saying, no, maybe others received. Darius DeLong did not receive a penny. And if members of the government are saying that they have deposited any such amount in my account, let them prove me wrong now. I am DeLong. I'm clean. I'm no longer the Saul that turned to Paul. I am Paul now. I'm not Saul anymore. So prove me wrong, and my seat is yours. DeLong has a history of lying, just as many of you lie too. So is he telling the truth? I don't know. Well, that is it. And before we get to the juicy topic for today, whether Unity Party is up for sale or convention is not cheap, let me bring other developments to you happening in our country, Liberia. Well, the government of Liberia has decided to recast the national budget. All this government, every time they are recasting the budget, what is going on? So the government has passed, according to the government itself, the 2022 fiscal year national budget. They passed it in the tune of $800 plus million. So the government that passed that budget now is recasting the budget. And I want to tell you here that when a government is recasting the budget, when they are recasting the budget, why there are so many reasons, many reasons responsible for that, you say. Either the government has realized that the projection or the hope that they had that we will be able to collect this amount of money, they have gotten indications that they will not be able to raise that amount they have projected. Then the government wants to be realistic and will recast the budgets and reduce the numbers because they have reason to believe that they will not raise all that money. The government can also recast the budget if the government gets information or is believed or got assurances of additional funding that will exceed what they have budgeted. The government can recast the budget so as it will meet what it hoped to achieve. So this time, the Liberian government said it's recasting the budget. So what are the reasons the Liberian government is recasting the budget this time? The Liberian government is doing that because, according to it, it is about to receive additional money that will be more than the $800 plus million. 780 million. That should have been the initial amount. The 780 million that they have initially have approved. All right. So now they said they have identified new sources of funding, meaning that the budget, the money they believe they're going to raise is going to go up. So because of that, they are recasting the national budget. So going into the specifics of that, the legislature now is saying recasting the budget to remove a 25 million that issue have raised from the ArcelorMittal deal. All right, that deal got into trouble, and ArcelorMittal should have contributed $25 million to the budget, in taxes to the Liberian government. but there have been back and forth on this particular agreement between the government of Liberia and ArcelorMittal. So there have been disagreement, and at this time, because actually the government said it is not certified with some of the things that ArcelorMittal is, asking for, they cannot continue with the deal. So the $25 million they have budgeted in the budget to have come from ArcelorMittal, they don't want it again because they are saying they cannot ratify the mineral development agreement. So now they are dropping that so that 25 million be taken away from the budget. So the additional money they said they are getting now is coming from another company called HPX. HPX is a company that is based in Guinea Conakry. That company is the one that is going to mine the iron ore in Guinea and transport it through Liberia out of Liberia's Buchanan port. So that company has reached an agreement with Liberia because they'll be using our rail and be using our port. They will be using our land to transport that iron ore out of Guinea through Liberia and out of our port in Buchanan. So the Liberian government is saying it is going to receive $30 million from that agreement with the HPX. So that HPX company, which is based in Guinea, mining the ore in Guinea, and the executive branch of government have reached a deal. All right. So they are getting additional $30 million. But there is something here that you need to know that the government hid from us all along. The government of Liberia is now telling us it's going to receive $30 million from the HPX. And that is that money they are adding into the budget. That is one of the reasons they are recasting the budget. But wait a minute. Now, this particular government in 2019 received $7 million as upfront payment deposit. That was the first money the government of Liberia received. The government of Liberia did not report that $7 million. I don't know if they factor into the budget, but it was not reported. Now, at some point, the government of Liberia received $30 million from this same company. The government of Liberia did not report that $30 million. All right. And now this money that the Liberian government is reporting now that is going to receive, that it wants to add the budget as one of the reasons why it's recasting the budget. This particular amount is the upfront payment or deposit being received by the government of Liberia. This is the one the government is trying to tell us about, because the government now wants to give a reason why it's recasting the budget. So the government had earlier received $7 million in 2019. The government did not report that. The government had also received $30 million sometime back. The government did not report that. And the government is now receiving $25 million, and that is the one the government of Liberia has decided to report to us. So this means that the legislature will be dropping an aerially secured $25 million from the concession agreement with Mentasly, is dropping it and is picking up the $30 million that will be coming from this company in Guinea that will be transporting the iron ore through the port of Buchanan. So that is it. Now, another development I want to bring you before we go into our main topic is that government of Liberia, according to the government of Liberia, it has secured $17.2 million from West Point Coastal Defense Projects, according to the head of the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, in person of, they call him Professor Wilson Tappet. So the government of Liberia is to receive $17.1 million from this particular group. And according to Wilson Tappet, their money is actually a grant. And it will interest you, the specifics concerning this particular money. So the government of Liberia is to secure 17.2 million actually in grant. It's grant. So grant basically is free money that the government of Liberia does not have to pay back. So, And this money is coming from the Green Climate Fund. And it is intended actually or honor, a program that was put into place called the Monrovia Metropolitan Climate Reliance Project. All right, also known as the West Point Coastal Defense Project. All right, so here are the details that will interest you, folks. According to Wisin Tape, this is how they're going to use the money. So you have to pay attention to the details here, because this government, I don't trust the government when it comes to expenditures, when it comes to using the money, as they should be using the money for the benefit of the country. So according to EPA boss Wisin Tape, 250,000 vulnerable people are expected to benefit, all right, from the West Point Coastal Defense Project. Can you imagine that? 250,000 people are going to benefit. All right. Now the details here, according to Tape, is that US 11.4 million has been secured. That's the breakdown now from the to enhance climate information system. So they are trying to say for climate information system in Liberia, all right, 11.4 million will be used, and that's what they have also gotten. Can you imagine that? So that is another news there. Now they are also saying 10 million of that money will be used in Sano County for the coastal defense region in Greenville, Sano County. So they said they're going to use 10 million in Greenville, Sano County, in an effort, to protect the environment, especially the coastline right there. All right. So according to him, the project target approximately 100,000 vulnerable people in Sino County. Do you believe that? That about 100,000 vulnerable people will be able to benefit from this particular project. How they're going to benefit, they don't give the detail. It say that they're going to do something to protect the sea from encroaching or from the environment from impacting about 100,000 people. Is that what it is? What it actually is? Does it mean they're going to give them some money because they're being impacted by the climate in that county? Well, that is it. Now, I will come to the main topic of the day. I think this is the one that you have been waiting for. Actually, before that, the so-called retreat has ended in Nimba. The Propo government went for a so-called retreat in Nimba. Actually, in my opinion, they went there to campaign, and that was what it was all for. And the other reason, in my opinion, they went there was to enjoy themselves, for them to get daily allowance, and for them to stay in Ganta, enjoy whatever hotels or lodging places they have there, eat the best, or local dishes out there, and have a fanfare. And that is what it was all about. All right. Because if these people have been more about taking stock of their challenges, if they have had any successes, to have taken stock of them and to evaluate them and to see how they can prioritize or reprioritize their priorities to strengthen where they are weak so that they will be able to deliver for the people. And the main fact that they are saying they are a pro government, they could stay right there in Monrovia. The executive mansion, significant renovation work has been done. That is a building, I think it's about 7 stories. I don't remember. I have to look it up again. But I believe it's about 5 stories building, right? So that is a huge building. I visited the executive mansion. It's one of the beautiful, piece of architecture in our country. In fact, I think it's the most sophisticated, building in Liberia. So that building is done. This is a proper government. You could stay there and avoid all the money you have to spend to carry the several thousands of government vehicles traveling to Ganta to go and camp fuel. The media that you are taking, the people that you are taking, they are feeding and all that. You could do that right there in Monrovia, and as a so-called propo government, you will have saved millions, if possible, several thousands of dollars, because you could be right there at the executive mansion and lock yourself down and they are talking about a presentation on each major ministry and agency for 5 minutes. How can you take stock of an agency, what it has done over the time in 5 minutes? It is not realistic. But this is what the Propo government did. Now, what I want to say to you now, after the whole retreat ended, which was basically a campaign, and I will say to you, it was a strategic campaign move because they took so much money, they spent so much money. The people of Nimba County, some people will be carried away by that. They were able to touch the lives, come close to the local leaders, the chiefs and elders and young people there. I saw people chanting. I don't know whether they are feeling good about it. It depends on how they feel about it, whether it will translate into vote as it was actually intended by the CDC. That is another thing. What I know is Liberians who vote, they vote for what they see and what they think. And what I have come to know, Liberians will just vote who they know. Whether that person is sincere and honest, what that person means well for them, they don't care. They vote for who they know. The people of Nimba know Prince Johnson, so they have been voting Prince Johnson, even though they know Prince Johnson to be this killer. They continue to vote for him. And anytime Prince Johnson introduced a presidential candidate to them, the people of Nimba, in huge number, in most cases, in their majority, will vote for that person. So is Nimba feeling this love? Is Nimba going to continue on this trend in huge number as they always done? Anytime Prince Johnson raises the hand of another politician running for president, and the fact that President Weah and the CDC were there basically to campaign and not to do a retreat, to take stock of all that they've done and they've not been able to do. If the people of Nimba are feeling so good about it, that all the government of the day, came in our county, they didn't go anywhere else. They were here for about 3 days. And, we saw the local economy was being impacted by their presence. We came close to the government and ministers, assistant ministers, directors who were spending money here and there. They were at our local hotels. I don't know how they will interpret it. I don't know how they will process it. If they will see it as something to be grateful for, to appreciate, something meaningful, something that, they see as unprecedented, I don't know what they're going to decide. These people will decide what they think and not what I think. All right. So after all that fanfare, that campaign strategy and all that, President George Weah said they will eliminate honor achievers from his government. Do you believe that? I don't believe that. I want to see that happening. George Weah, the president of Liberia, is telling us that honor achiever in his government will be removed, will be eliminated, will be taken out, using a big word that those ministers, those government officials who are indolent. The word indolent means lazy, idle, slothful. Do we not see them on Facebook? They are lazy. All right. Even the finance minister, who they say is the strongest of all, this man is never on time with the budget. This man does not make what they call budget performance report. He does not provide that. These people are lazy. So if President Weah is telling us that honor achievers, and using the word indolent, we've been lazy, slothful, people who are idle, it's like he's going to fire the entire government. Is he prepared to do that? I don't think he's prepared to do that. And if anybody is lazy, President Weah is one of the laziest of all. This man does not show up to work on time. He sleeps the longest. And he's talking about removing people from a government who are lazy. This is just laughable. So this is a man who cannot remove people from his government who are corrupt. LSCC has indicted a lot of people in his government to the knowledge of the president, some of whom have even been recommended for dismissal and prosecution. Some of them have not been prosecuted. Now, at that very retreat, we have the foreign minister Kamanya was there. This man is being accused of sexual harassment, something for which he had to run away from the United States as Liberia's ambassador here. He gone back, and this is the main judge we have maintained. So, I mean, and he calls himself feminine in chief. And this is the very ambassador, and this is the very president we have, who will not act on serious allegation about young girl being tampered with at our embassy in Abuja, Nigeria. That story, boom, no one has heard anything substantive, and people were, yes, something has to be done. Nothing has not been done up to this time, and he's talking about that honor achievers. The government is replete and filled with honor achievers. I will get to the Unity Party subject. This one got me fired up a little bit. President Weah is lecturing us that honor achievers, people who are lazy, who are slothful, who are idle, who are doing nothing, will be taken from his government. Let's start with the people who are corrupt before talking about lazy. If they're lazy, everybody will be gone, including the president should be gone, because they are all lazy. They are not doing the work of the Liberian people. Many of them are sitting in offices. They are on Facebook. They are watching. Some are all doing talk show so that they can respond at the end of the day. This is all they do. And he talking about lazy people, then the whole government going to resign. I just tried to make, a very philosophical point for you to get it. So let him start with the corrupt people in the government. We are talking about LPRC. Up to now, we have now heard a serious investigation being commissioned in the first place. 1.5 million diesel or boom, disappear. LPRC, Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. Now, we are also hearing the FIU, the Financial Intelligence Unit, is turning over 284,000 United States dollars. This is just the little that they've been able to suspect. And according to them, they are turning over to the government. The one that involves the big sharks, the one close to President Weah and others, they don't talk about that one. So let the president act serious, at least for Christ's sake. They want to lecture us about honor achievers, and they're going to be eliminated from the government. The agriculture minister was there. The corruption at the Ministry of Agriculture is unbelievable. There was a huge audit report that exposed the scandal at a high level at the Ministry of Agriculture. President Weah was at that retreat. The Minister of Agriculture was there. The LACC had recommendations. The recommendations have not been acted upon. The Ministry of Education, the other time there was corruption all over the place. So he's talking about people who are lazy and slothful. The whole government will be gone. So just forget about that lazy, slothful, and idle people in the government and honor achievers. Let's talk corruption. Start with that. Because you don't want to let all your your officials gone, because they will all be gone when it comes to laziness. They are lazy. Lazy indeed. Maybe you should start with corruption. But how will the president start with corruption? How will he? The man who declared his asset and will not even show it to us? Do you not know the reason he's refusing? Well, I just wanted to give you an update on all that is happening in our dear country, Liberia. So much happening, but I wanted to give you a little more. And now, folks, let us do this. You see the logo right there? Now, Opposition Unity Party. They call themselves the most sophisticated political party in Liberia. They call themselves the most achieved and most successful political party in Liberia. They say they have achieved and they have accomplished and they have done for Liberia as a political party more than any other party in the history of our country. Blessedly for them, Liberian people were so generous to this political party called the Unity Party. Liberian people accorded the Unity Party 12 years ago. Ellen was in the room. They say she's from Harvard, or she got trained as an Harvard economics. She has international recognition and connection. They came. 12 years they serve us. The able lieutenant was Jose Yamambwaka. Ellen left. Bwaka remains. He chairs. Let me not use the word. I can use the word. He chairs the Unity Party. I can say that too. All right. But maybe let me say the right word. He has the Unity Party. And how is Unity Party doing? Convention is coming. We are getting some news. Now the topic for today, folks, you will like it. Is Unity Party on sale or convention is not cheap? I will take a short break. When I come back, we will be going into this topic, and you will not believe the numbers that we will be bringing up to you. Is this party, Unity Party, up for sale? Is Unity Party broke? Is Unity Party prepared to go into the political contest of 2023? That will be an expensive election. Is Unity Party broke? We just saw what happened in Lofa in their own backyard. They didn't have the money, and CDC drew finger in their eyes because they were not prepared financially. They were not prepared structurally. They were not prepared in terms of leadership. Is this Unity Party prepared for even its own convention when we are seeing numbers flying? And members are crying that, hey, this is unbelievable. This is exorbitant. I will take my break. I will catch my breath. For when I come back, it will bite. And the truth will bite, not me. Stay tuned, folks. A short break, which is a commercial break, and we will be right back. And folks, if you are watching Focus on Liberia, and you have your little business, or you're having an event, whatever you're doing, and you want us, Liberia's most credible media platform, to take your message, your product, your business, your event to the Liberian people, the thousands and millions of people that we've been able to reach on social media, for them to see what you are doing, you can contact us here at Focus on Liberia. So many ways. Focus on Liberia at gmail.com. Go to our Facebook. Inbox us. My name is Ansony Sieh. No middle name. See it right there. Inbox me. And we will take it from there. And you will not pay any money other than just an appreciation for the work we do. And we will get you to millions of people. A short break, we will be right back, and we will go into this story that is politically juicy. Stay tuned.
What the money can do, what the money can do, what the money can do, well, what the money can do, what the money can do, what the money can do.
This August, the All Liberian Unity Festival comes alive in New York City, USA. The 3-day event will run from August 26th to the 28th. It promises to be a whole weekend of festivities with top Liberian artists rocking the stage. Activities to include county meet soccer games, red, white, and blue welcome on the boat, the red carpet award night, and the Invincible 11 Mighty Barrow will be climaxing the weekend as we barbecue together. Come and see the Lofa Judem, the Bassa Judem, the Pella Judem, Nimba Judem, the Big Time Judem, the Grand Judem, and the Congo Judem, the December Judem, plus all other Judem rocking the boat and the award nights, including the Black American Judem. Don't forget our series Judem, and the NGO Judem will be there too. What are you waiting for? Do your reservations now and be part of the first ever Unity Festival in the city of New York. Come rocking your national colors and repping your county. Our jerseys will be outsold. For more information and reservations, contact 9299556227.
Okay, folks, I am back with you. I intend to take calls today. I'm going to announce the number way before time. I will be as brief as possible with this story. It's not a big story, it's a simple story. And I want you to do all the talking today. And so please, if you look in the headline on Facebook, you will see the number. The number to call is right there on Facebook in the headline there. That number is 605-313-6004. You enter the code 791-403#. The number is all set for you to call. If you call on that number, you will also be able to hear me right now as we speak. So you should be able to call at the end of my presentation. And I want you to tell me whether or not, based on the presentation I'm about to make, is Unity Party is up for sale? Is Unity Party broke? Does this say to us that Unity Party is not in any financial standing to compete in 2023? What can we learn from the by-election of Lufa County when Unity Party did not have money to assign poll watcher at every polling place, and they juke finger in your eye, they juke fingers in your eyes? And Unity Party was giving government Farian or Gary, and they started crying wolf. This is the biggest political party. It was just in power a few years ago, and it was there for 12 years. We heard the stories of money disappearing from the farm ministry. We heard stories of some of them making $25,000 a month. We know what happened to Noka. What did they do with all the money? Even one of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf's son right now has $1 million in his account. Is he not supporting this party he benefited from so much? What is going on? Don't they have Vani Sharma anymore? Oh, okay, they confiscated all the money, right? He was with GMB, right? What's going on? Is Unity Party united? They say they are united people. Sorry, Unity Party. From the word united, we have unity as a word. The noun. Is this party united or is it divided? Is there something that the Unity Party is hiding? Sorry, this is what I do. I ask questions. I ask questions. I ask questions. I have questions. I have 1 million questions in my mind for every subject. Because when we ask the right questions, we will get the right answer and we'll know the truth. For the truth, Dennis tells me, and according to the Bible, will set us free. And so, folks, the Unity Party convention is coming up. It's coming up so fast. Folks, it's scheduled for July the 26th. Can you believe that this month? Those of you who good at math, today's the 14th. Today the 14th. Subtract 14 from 26 and tell me the number. Tell me the number. Somebody, tell me the number. Those of you who good at math. So if you subtract 14 from 26, you know in X amount of days, the Unity Party convention will be starting in Bangabon County and is scheduled to resume on the 26th and continues up to the 29th. And as a result of that convention, because usually at this convention, elections are held. Election for stand-up bearer, election for chairman, election for secretary, assistant secretary for this, assistant secretary for that, vice chairman for administration, vice chairman for this. All of the different positions depending on the party's constitution usually are up for grabs during an election. So the election, the convention, usually during the convention, the candidates have to pay fees, application fees. So if you want to apply for a position, which is constitutional and legal though, if you are running for any office, public offices in most cases, you have to pay application fee as a candidate. So there's amount for stand-up bearer, there's amount for chairman, vice chairman for this, vice chairman for that, vice chairman for the other, secretary general, assistant secretary general for this, assistant secretary. So all of these positions, down to youth, they have money The price tag is huge. This is the first in the history of Unity Party to be charging. Usually when they were in power, they had all the money and they were controlling the national coffers. Their ministers, most of the ministers who were Unity Party, even the president as a Unity Party partisan, will just show the bill. And they have money enough to be able, folks, to pay whatever they were charged. But this time, as we say in Liberian language, it's not easy. It is not easy on these boys. 5 years now, they are out of power. These boys and girls got out of power. Apparently, the little they had, they squander it. I mean, if we are talking about squanderers, people who squander opportunities, the Unity Party is the giant in squandering opportunities. Apparently, the little they earn, instead of investing, they're multiplying it so that they will be stable financially and so that they will be able to establish businesses. And that is the thing about us Liberians, myself included. We are not strong. We do not prioritize entrepreneurship, something that is the vehicles that propel a nation into development, especially private sector in development. It is our problem, myself included. Liberians, let us hear this and hear this well. We have to learn how to create private businesses, manage them well, and provide employment for our people. That is our problem. Just is all of us, or most of us, can start something in our home country, Liberia, a business that will employ even if a minimum of 3 persons. We will be happy. But let me leave us alone. We are talking politics today. So this is Unity Party, folks, that was in government barely few years ago. This Unity Party that made all the money. Convention is coming up, and it's obvious the party is in a difficult position financially. The party is challenged. We know this because it could not afford money for poll watchers. And so what the Unity Party is doing with this convention that coming, the convention now is the only opportunity the Unity Party has to raise money. Don't you forget, though, when the Unity Party was in the CPP, the Unity Party could not pay its dues. Don't forget, though, hey, my memory is fresh. The Unity Party, don't forget, though, could not pay for its headquarters. The Unity Party was evicted out of its headquarters. The Unity Party escaped because the Unity Party could not afford its headquarters. The Unity Party then got to an old building at its new headquarters. We are hearing information the Unity Party is still having some challenges with that, but we cannot confirm that yet. The Unity Party somewhere in Bond County at some point was also evicted because it could not pay for a headquarters in that county. And that is not the only county. All other counties around the Unity Party has this history of not being able to pay for a headquarters. So this is the Unity Party we know now is having serious financial challenges that squander all of the opportunities that it had. And Unity Party now sees a gold mine. I don't know how it's going to help them. The only way it sees and knows and understands and believes and sees is to exorbitantly charge its partisans who have interest for the upcoming convention. You will not believe the amount of money the Unity Party is charging. It is as though the Unity Party is selling our democratic process. I have not seen this in my lifetime. So let me read some of the numbers to you and you will not believe it. Folks, the Unity Party is charging the amount of 7,500 United States dollars for the position of standard bearer. So you see, Uncle Joe have to come up with $7,500. Now, And for the position, they are saying 7,500. All right. And then in addition to that, that part, one has to pay their past meeting dues since 2018. So this is Unity Party that knows that 99.9% apparently, you hear me well here, of 8 members have not been able to pay their meeting dues since 2018. Can you believe that? Since 2018, Unity Party members, and I think they're just trying to be a little generous here. Unity Party, some of their members might not have paid dues since 2014, 15, 16, and all the way down. But they try to be generous. They say, well, at least from 2018, if you want to contest, from 2018 to this 2022, you want to pay all your dues that you owe. So Unity Party is saying the members have not been paying dues. At least some or most. It's obvious, right? Given that they can't even pay their dues to the CPP, as we got to know that, and that they can't even pay their party headquarters if they got evicted. So they can't pay their dues. So how can Unity Party get money now? Unity Party said the convention is our lottery. We're going to hit it big. So they are telling Joseph Boakai and any other person with interest for the Senate Bureau position of the opposition Unity Party. The party, according to Uncle Joe, squander opportunities. They are saying this now, we're not going to squander this opportunity of making money. We are not going to squander this one to raise significant money for this convention, because this convention is an opportunity to raise money to prepare ourselves for 2023. So if you have interest in the position of stand-up bearer, 7,500, and you will pay all your dues that you have not paid since 2018. Also, folks, they are saying for the position of chairman, if you want to be chairman of the Unity Party, you should also pay all your dues from 2018 to now. Now, all of this is not going down with them. With members who have interest, they are saying these people are trying to rob us. They are trying to rob us, and we are not going to take it. So, folks, I tell you, Unity Party is saying we are not going to squander this opportunity. We will raise money from them. The party members are saying this is too much, this is unfair, this is too much, and this is unfair. This is too much, and this is unfair. We are not going to pay that kind of money. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to disenfranchise us? They are saying the Unity Party is trying to deny committed partisans, those who have been committed to the Unity Party. It's saying that the members are saying you are trying to deny them the opportunity to contest, and now you are giving this position up to somebody who may have money and be coming from the sky blue or somewhere else, all right, to get this position. So to go down the list quickly here, not to waste your time, folks. For the position of chairman, 5,000. So you have to pay 5,000 United States dollars if you want to be chairman. So Amin Munda is saying this is the amount you need to pay. And mind you now, Joseph Boakai, the head of Unity Party, the political leader of Unity Party, is aware of that. Uncle Joe is not joking. He's saying, I'm not going to squander this one. We as a party, we are not going to squander this one. No, we're not going to do it. Uncle Joe is on point here. So for the position of chairman, 5,000 plus your meeting dues from 2018 to 2022. Now, senior national vice chairman for administration, 3,500 plus. So 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, plus 5 years of meeting dues that you may have owed. They're not joking. So chairman, 5,000, Vice chairman for administration, 3,500 plus 5 years of meeting dues. Vice chairman for governmental affairs, 3,000 plus 5 years of past meeting dues. Vice chairman for inter-party relation NEC affairs, 3,000 plus 5 years of past meeting due. Vice chairman for mobilization and recruitment, 3,000 plus 5 years of meeting due that person might have owed. Our man, National Secretary General Mo Ali is the current National Secretary General. The guy who said, don't put me in a situation I can't handle. It seems to be Ami Moda putting in a situation that he will not be able to handle. Folks, Ami Moda is in a situation again that he can't handle. I'm not sure how a man's going to handle this one. Ami Moda left government long time. The CDC government technically booted him out. They assigned him out of Monrovia. The man said, well, I can't stand it. I'm an up boy or UP boy. I'm used to the comfortable place Monrovia where I've been balling. And CDC tried to take me from here and send me to one other county. I can't take it. Mo Ali resigned. So the CDC technically booted him out of government, which was actually bad on the part of the CDC anyway. But hey, this is politics, man. This is what people do. It get vicious, right? So Mo Ali is in another situation. I'm sure he might be able to handle that one, or what you think? Now, sometime back, there was rumors going around, and actually that rumor came from a prominent Liberian politician in person of Ben Sanvi. Ben Sanvi said he had credible information that Mo Ali is getting money from the CDC government regularly. And according to him, he even have pictures to that effect that Mo Ali collect checks from the government or some government official every month to sustain him. So the man, he in so many situations. So maybe the situation might be easy. If anything Ben said is accurate and true, which is a rumor, I cannot confirm that. But Ben being a player, political actor who hears a lot of things, he might know what he might know what he say. He might know what he's saying, right? So if that is true, maybe that very government official will give Mo Ali the $3,000, because if there's anybody, Vice President Joseph Nyimabwaka needs to be on his right-hand side, as we've seen all along, it's Mo Ali. So maybe they will raise that money, right? So that is the amount for the position of National Secretary General. Deputy National Secretary General for Administration, $1,000. And Mo Ali need to find 5 years of meeting dues he may not have paid since 2018. And it's obvious he may not have paid, right? Things have been tough, So Deputy National Secretary General for Training, Manpower, and Research, 1,000 plus 5 years of due. National Treasurer, 2,000 United States dollars. Folks, the list is long. These people, I don't know, I have to do the calculation for the total. Now they come to the Youth Congress, United Party Youth Congress. The Vice Chairman for Youth Affairs, National Youth Congress. So the Vice Chair, the National Vice Chair, and the National Chair, each person there going to pay $1,000. The National Vice Chairman for Administration, $750. The National Vice Chair, now the youth we're talking about, a National Vice Chair for Mobilization, Membership, and Recruitment, Youth Congress, $750. Just as Vice Chairman for Administration of Youth Congress, $750. National Secretary General for the Youth, $500. Deputy National Secretary General for Administration, $350. Deputy National Secretary for Training Research, $350. National Treasurer, Youth Congress, $200. Now they go all the way down to the National Women Congress. Now, the Women Congress, the National Vice Chair, Youth Affairs, National Women Chair, 1,000. The National Vice Chairman, Women Congress, 75. National Vice Chairman, Mobilization, Memberships, and Recruitment, Women Congress, 750. So for the women, the chair, 1,000. The Vice Chair for Administrations, 750. The Vice Chairman for Mobilization, Recruitment, 750. And National Secretary General for the Women Congress, 500. Deputy National Secretary General for Administration, Women Congress, 350. National Deputy Secretary General for Training and Research, Women Congress, 350. And then National Treasurer for Women Congress, 200. That is the list of people the Unity Party is telling us about. So, folks, at this time, what do you think? Let me put some juice around it. So, if you do the total, those of you who are good at calculation and with number, that's a lot of money they're going to raise. At least Unity Party will not squander this opportunity of raising money. But members are complaining already that, no, these amounts are too much. We never charged these kind of amounts before. What is going on? Now, but on the other hand, something I need to tell you also, our legislature, these guys that are lawmakers, do you know that they too have embarked on similar efforts? They are raising the money to pay as a candidate for the position of president, for the position of senator, and for the position of representative. If you want to contest for any of these positions in Liberia, the lawmakers, just because they in power now, they have the money to pay, they are increasing the amount anybody will have to pay to contest. For president, they are asking for $25,000. So those of you who want to run for president and your pocket is empty, that's the first place you will be eliminated. So, folks, I think for Senate, they are asking for $15,000. So if you want to run for the Senate, and you have to find the first 15,000, but the law has not been passed yet. I won't be surprised if these guys will act quickly and pass it into law because they don't want young Liberians, good Liberians, smart Liberians, well-meaning Liberians. They would not want those people to challenge them because they know that they are corrupt. The people might be tired with them. The people might want some new faces and might want a fresh start. So one of the ways they can eliminate that competition, that challenge, would be for them to pass the law immediately so that some people who are having interest right now, so if you who are having interest right now will be eliminated on day one, because where were you going to get 25,000? Where were you going to get 15,000? Where are you going to get that if you are as poor as many Liberians are and you have interest to serve your people? They cut you off right there immediately. Could it be the same tactic the Unity Party is using? Or is the Unity Party saying, hey, this is an opportunity, we are not going to squander it? We will not continue to be squanderers in chief. We will be the party that makes maximum use of any opportunity that comes our way, because we squander the opportunity of winning LOFA because we did not have money. So this convention is our opportunity to make it happen. Folks, we are going to take your phone calls right now. Get ready. We are going to take your phone calls right now. So, folks, please get ready here. Get ready here. I'm setting up the lines for you to call. All right. I'm setting all the phone lines right now. Get ready to call.
At Focus on Liberia, we discuss everything Liberia, from education to politics, arts and culture, entertainment, agriculture, history, religion, family, and technology. Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews, panel discussions, debates, and more. Tune in to Focus on Liberia on Facebook and YouTube and be a part of the stories that make up the news.
This is Focus on Liberia, and I am Dennis Jah.
And I am Ansony Sieh with the topic, is the Unity Party up for sale or convention is not cheap? If you are a caller, if you have not called yet, this is your time to call. The number to call is on Facebook there in the headline. You will see it. But I will also do justice to those who may not be paying attention there by displaying it on the screen so you can see it. I believe I have been alerted that I have a caller. I will go to that caller who probably is waiting patiently and waiting patiently. That caller is Evan Morris. Let me raise the volume so that Liberian can be able to hear him as he speaks boldly and boldly to the issue. Oh, Evan, can you hear me?
I hear you, Mr. Sieh. You can hear me clearly?
Loud and clear, you are heard, my friend. Let us hear you quickly.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. You know, I feel bad yesterday. I didn't have the opportunity to call on the show. That show you did really touched me. You know, I'm not a Nigerian, but I'm a crown person, so I felt everything you're saying. But the one thing I wanted you to add to that show that you missed, people like George Bulley needs to be held accountable as well. It's not only about the people from Nima or Prince Johnson. George Bulley, my people, the crown people, they also committed atrocity against the people of Nima and a lot of other Liberians in the southeast as well. So they need to be held accountable as well. You know, but I will leave that topic because it's an emotional topic. I'll leave that one. But let me come to United Party. Mr. Sieh, I want to run to be a janitor of United Party. How much will charge me? $1,000 to be janitor to clean the floor. If somebody wants to serve that crime, you gotta be paying an exorbitant amount of money just to serve your country. You know what that does? It fosters even more corruption. Because men who got in that country that when they get in that position, they will see twice as much because they feel that they don't suffer for the position. So that what United Party is a vampiric political party. It's sucking the blood out of the people's neck. Instead of giving services to our people, they want to take from our people. And just a brother come here after 12 years and say he broke. He ain't got no money. All the time he spend it with millions of dollars in budget. He ain't got no money. Well, how pathetic is that for a man, an old man in his old age? You know, a man hits his financial peak around 40, 45 years old. He's already past his prime, and he still want to run for the presidency when he has nothing to show for it after over 40 years in public service. That's a big shame. People like Mo Ali, people like Ami Moda, that's what the Lebanese do. They corner the market. That's what they do. They corner the market. That guy is trying to set exorbitant prices that he knows nobody can pay, and thereby he wants to show because he's the money man in the party. Because here we see this thing from far away. We see the whole trick. And CDC is no better. They get in power right now because they got a Liberian for money at their disposal. But they're no better. The high Liberian parties are run in that country. They're available to the highest bidder. It's the same thing even in Nigeria. Can you imagine in Nigeria, the boy had to pay almost $400,000 for the APC presidential application form? It's doing that same nonsense in Liberia. You know, the people have to rise up. They have to rise up. Democracy is free for those who want to contest. The thing that they should be focusing on is the members do. That's what they owe as a political party. Not to charge a exorbitant amount of money for somebody who wants to serve the country. I don't have much more to say, but you know, I don't know if there's anybody else on the line because I really want to have a little bit of a conversation with you if we can engage in it.
Yeah, Evans.
I'll get up the line.
Yeah, Evans, stay on the line. No other person on the line yet. You raised two issues that I want to, say something about. Number one, you said something that is very significant, that democracy should not be for sale. Democracy should be free because democracy means freedom of participation, freedom of selecting leaders. That is what it is. That's why they say a democratic form of government is a government by the people, of the people, and for the people. And so you should not be putting measures into place that will deny the very people who democracy actually intended for to not be able to participate. You should not be creating bottlenecks. So you are right. Democracy should not be for sale. And this effort by the Unity Party is a clever attempt, all right, to deny Liberians who have been with that party, who want to be able to serve, the opportunity to do so. And Chairman Amu Modad needs to be called to order. Even Joseph Waka, this speaks to his character. How can he sit there as the leader of the party and I use his influence to say, no, this is exorbitant, all right? I mean, charging $5,000 for somebody to run for chairmanship and then at the same time pay by meeting dues in 5 years, meeting dues, they ask him 4 years. Can you imagine that? So then the other issue you raised about Grand Judah, you talk about Job Bullet. Yeah, you are right. Job Bullet needs to be held accountable. And it was an oversight. This territory here we're in, we can't capture everything in every presentation. And that is why we rely on you, the viewers, sometimes to bring these things to our attention. So yeah, even somebody called me yesterday. He said, Ansony, I listened to your presentation on the World Crime Code thing. You were very salient, but you left over some things because though as an individual carry on killings, all right, though killed in bias. And I forgot that it was not an attempt to say, oh, did not do anything, he did not carry on any killing. Though carry on a lot of secret killings, he killed in bias. And so, everybody needs to be held accountable, or we need to hold everybody accountable, and it's fair and it's good on your part to bring it. So you can go on and and say something that you want to speak to.
Yeah. I wanted the point that you just made. How people struggled during the 1970s to get multi-party rule in that country. Not for it to become something that is monopolized by the big sharks and used as a way to embezzle money from the people who may have it or those who may not have it. And that's the point right there. We fought for this democracy. Our people marched in the street. The native people wanted this opportunity to be able to vote and elect their leaders freely and fairly. So if you have an undue burden of having an exorbitant amount of money, it's not fair anymore. It's not fair. And just to go into that war crime thing, like I said, what happened in Liberia, we're not here yet, Mr. Sieh. Can you imagine? We didn't have our TRC implemented here. A lot of us still walking around with nightmares from some of the things that happen to our people on both sides. On let's say a tri-side, you have the Mandingos, you have the people from Nema, you have the people from Grand Judah. And the thing about war, when you see war coming, people will say, oh, that was the time people will see this. But our entire region in the southeast was hit by it. Our neighbors who had nothing to do with it was hit by it. So if justice is not served, that pain is going to foster. And I want to talk to the people in Nema who listen on this platform. And I will say the same thing for Grenadians as well, because we have George voted there. If you rally around Prince Johnson, a man who was a murderer, a man who one time came for him to stand there and fight Charles, that he joined on ship and ran away to Nigeria, and you think that's your hero, you dead wrong, because your neighbors are right there. They're still mad. They're still vexed. We're not here yet. Don't forget, TRC ain't bring out one of the Palaver Halls for us to really talk about, hey, we're still angry with each other. I have a partner who has links from Grand Crew, and her mother is from Nema County. So I'm in that family as well. So we know how connected we are as a people, but that wound is still there.
Thank you.
So George, we are doing what he's doing. He's not hitting the country. He's adding more division by tying himself to warlords. I'll get off the line. Thank you, Mr. Sieh. But I really wish I would have been on the show yesterday so we can have that conversation.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Evans. Thank you so very much. I will read some comments since many persons. I will read some comments here. This is Howard Mensgard. Tell them, oh, color, no reconciliation without justice. And Howard, yesterday I had a show on the War Crimes Code, and the topic was how the CDC let us down big time on the War Crimes Code. If you missed it yesterday, because I don't remember seeing you, you have to watch it. Yes, sister. Many people say I was on point, and you really need to watch it, Hawaii. And you and myself, you well know we have been on this road for justice and accountability. George Preston Lobo, Ansony Sieh, what is the crime that the Unity Party has committed? George, I'm not talking about crimes. This is how you partisan justify everything. I'm not talking about crime. Is the Unity Party right to say, hey, to run for the position of standard bearer, it has to be 7,500? I am saying you are offering our democracy for sale. And George, know they and know this well. Your own partisans are crying and saying this is exorbitant. Don't you think that is a concern that you should be addressing instead of trying to bring legality? I'm not preaching legality. I'm preaching fairness. I'm talking about our democracy. It should not be for sale. How in any way does it make sense in a poor country like Liberia for 7,500 to be charged as a registration fee for the position of stand bearer? $5,000 to be charged for the position of chairman. And the list goes on. George, you think that is fair? Don't you think that would deny some partisans who don't even have jobs now, have been committed to the party, the opportunity for them to contest? Or would you rather see your partisans going from one person to another, begging for money just because they want to run on their party's ticket or want to contest for a position in their party? So when they are going out, they're going to tell you, hey, please help me with $5,000. I want to run for position in my party. I need $5,000. They are carrying your party's name out there, that your party is charging them too much money just to contest. I'm not preaching legality. I'm not talking about criminality. So don't deviate from the subject, George. George Preston Lobo, a salesman of the Unity Party, an ardent supporter of the opposition Unity Party. I respect George Lobo a whole lot because George is the guy who wants to do this. Even though he and myself have serious fundamental disagreements, especially when it comes to the Unity Party. We disagree a whole lot, but we respect each other a whole lot. And George, I disagree with you. That amount is unfortunate. It should not be charged. That is putting our democracy for sale. And that is sad. And George, you should know that. All right, let me read more comments and I will be responding to those comments. Is that a crime? In America here, both parties, Democrat and Republican, do the same. You stop misleading the people, he said. Just give me the numbers, how Democrats are paying to register. Just tell me that. We're not saying they shouldn't pay money, but look at Liberia. Look at Liberia. Let me see if I have another caller. No caller yet. All right. You know, I don't let them read the comments because I know people are reading the comments. Ansony, what is the Unity Party charging for someone to be vice stand bearer? I think I read it. And I think you heard me. Anyway, let me read the comments. People have read the comments all by themselves. The Unity Party, in my judgment, the fees they are charging for these positions that are up for election, they are unfortunate. Let's see. Justina Pajibo said, yeah, you're here to do what? She's here to listen. She's here to listen, and I think she's heard a lot. Howard Mensga is busy. A lot of comments here. I don't want to go into the comments. There are a lot of them, but let me do justice a little bit to people. Shameless Gray, they gave him more money to waste again, and he got one of the poorest district and dirtiest district. Howard writes, Mountain William Brown, he's desperate to replenish the money spent on his wedding in Paris. Our country is bleeding, he writes. Let's hear from Daniel Sanos or Bolo. It's better to say you receive it than to deny it. That person right. Eugene Hammer, not on any expense. Honorable Gray Ben elected leader since 2012. He is a working man. He can afford to marry anywhere in the world. That is what the person is saying. Lots of comments here, and I think Hawa is responding to that. Santos, and how will you or anybody in his district benefit from it? The public outside bathroom he built after he came back. All right, lots of comments. Folks, I will leave it there. I will leave it there, and I will leave it there, and you want to wait for this conclusion. And I guarantee you, let me catch my breath, and you will like it. Stay tuned for the conclusion and my closing.
At Focus on Liberia, we discuss everything Liberia, from education to politics, arts and culture, entertainment, agriculture, history, religion, family, and technology. Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews, panel discussions, debates, and more. Tune in to Focus on Liberia on Facebook and YouTube and be a part of the stories that make up the news.
This is Focus on Liberia, and I am Dennis Jah.
And so, folks, this is how I will close today's edition of the Hour of Politics. On the topic is the Unity Party on sale or convention is not cheap. If we should go by Josh Lobo's logic, convention is not cheap. The Unity Party has committed no crime. And so he begs the question, Ansony Sieh, Josh asked, what crime has the Unity Party committed? To that I say the Unity Party has committed no crime. This is not a criminal offense in any shape and in any form. But there is something called fairness. And we are talking about fairness in the democratic process, George Lobo. Jim, brother, you know this thing called democracy and this thing called participatory democracy, the one that I like to emphasize. And George, you also know when they say a democratic form of government, they say by the people. They say for the people. And they say of the people. What it means is the people should have the free will and that there should be nothing to deny the people the opportunity to exercise their rights in a democracy. So when you put measures into place that is serving as blockade, hindrance to the people, to the citizens, something that would prevent them from exercising that right, any measure that would disenfranchise the people, George, then democracy is out of being denied others, all because they don't have bigger pockets or deeper pockets. George, then is a problem. No one pays a dime to vote. You might say, well, it's voting. This time, you won a position. So my right as a citizen, your right as a citizen to contest for a position should come at a price tag that is unreasonable and that is exorbitant. Josh, even if my argument makes no sense to you, if my argument makes no sense to folks in the Unity Party, maybe you should listen to Kanga. The Unity Party saying who said that this is exorbitant, this is unfortunate, this is an attempt to sell these seats to the highest bidder, to the highest bidder or the highest buyer in the party. He went on to say, they would mean that committed Unity Party partisans who have been with the party for all the years, who during these 12 years since we left power, those of us, even when we were in power, who stayed around, who have been around, but did not get the opportunity to make the big bucks and don't have the big bucks today. This might be an attempt to deny us the opportunity to contest because we cannot afford There's a gentleman in the Unity Party, I'm told his name is Amos Tuer. I hear a lot about this guy. I have to do myself justice to reach out to him, to hear from him. Amos Tuer is in Logan Town. An excellent, political mind, I heard. This gentleman might have interest to be chairman. George, do you listening to me from the Unity Party? Don't you think it would be brilliant to have an astute, brilliant, articulate young man to be your party's chairman, to transform your party, to invigorate your party, to give your party new blood, new energy, and new vigor? Because your chairman that you have today, he's weak. This man cannot even stand the heat in Lofa. He went with a little fan to fan himself, and the voters he was asking for vote, he said, well, you on your own. I brought my own little fan to keep me cool. Tuer will not do that. Another Unity Party saying that I may not know will not do that. Am I making sense yet? But even if you don't buy this sense I'm making, I go back to my argument. In a participatory democracy process, there should be no hurdles. There should be no hindrances. There should be no fees to deny people. The fees should be fair and not unfair to everybody in the party. It should be affordable. Also, the affordability depends on the position. If that is the case, then you are telling me that position is up for sale. Just as when you want to buy an SUV, maybe you want to buy a BMW, the price is up there because it is actually intended for sale. It is a product, it's a utility product. They put so much into it to produce it, the materials, the functionalities, the luxuries, everything put into that costs money. And the time they use to put all that together costs a lot of money. And so the price is high. It is a product. When we are talking about positions in politics, in democracy, in government, they are not for sale, George. I want you to get this and get it clearly. Those positions are not for sale. The fees being charged is just application fee. So if you tell me what crime have we committed, what crime has the Unity Party committed? The Unity Party, if I can even venture into the territory that the Unity Party has committed any crime, the Unity Party is committing moral crime here. The crime of unfairness to committed partisans, some of whom are crying today. But I will conclude to agree with Josh Lobo and to agree with Josh Lobo's godfather, Joseph Boaka, that the Unity Party is not going to squander the opportunity anymore. I will agree with the chairman, Ami Moda, that this is an opportunity that we are not going to squander. This is an opportunity to make some money. We did not get the opportunity to make some money before the election in Lofa County. You were not paying your meeting dues, and so this time around, if you want to contest for any of these positions for the convention that is upcoming in Bangabong County on July the 26th to the 29th, you have to pay 5 years of meeting dues that you have not paid. You did not pay, for which we didn't have the needed money for pool watchers. You will pay this time around. You committed yourself to the party and you refuse to pay. Oh, how I wish Unity Party has paid its dues to the CPP. Oh, how I wish Unity Party has paid its rent and would not have gotten evicted from its headquarters. I think Josh has a point. They have committed no crime. They have a situation that they are in the worst of Mo Ali that they cannot handle. They will handle this one. They will pay their dues for 5 years if they want position in the government, in the party. And these positions cannot be cheap. They are up for sale. It's like a BMW that you want. It's like the race car that got parked. That race car, you want it, you have to pay for it. Oh, I couldn't disagree more. Positions in political parties should not be for sale. The price tag should not be this way. Because the position should not be for sale, the position should be made available for qualified, competent, committed members who want to serve. Putting a price tag of 5,000 United States dollars, 7,500 United States dollars, 3,000, 2,000 is unfortunate, and no one should dare justify it because they believe it is not a crime in a code of law. If it is not a crime in a code of law, it is a crime in a court of public opinion. And this is why the judges in the court of public opinion are saying the United Party is guilty of extortion. The United Party is guilty of selling our democracy in Liberia. And it is unfortunate that it's coming from the United Party that was balling and chilling just 5 years ago. And this is the party that has no money today. And Joe will always be eloquent, and we will credit him for this, that all they were doing was squandering opportunities. Opportunity they have squandered, and they said, we have learned our lesson. No more squandering of opportunity. We wish you well. May this convention go well for Unity Party. The Unity Party is in trouble. It is divided. This price tag will further divide the Unity Party. I'm predicting we'll hear noise from the convention. And after the convention, there will be more noise. The truth will come out, and Liberians will get to know for the Unity Party it is. Or the skeleton in the closet will come out. Maybe it will be better those things come out now, so that the Unity Party can see itself in the mirror. For it has not seen itself in the mirror, given what happened to it in Lofa County. I have to leave you. I don't play baby. I play tough. Tough people. Tough people. Always. Always succeed. For the life we live in, you have to be tough. You can't be soft. Obama said, I love this quote. You cannot just hope for a better future. For the future is not guaranteed. For tomorrow is not guaranteed to no one. Unquote. Obama said, you have to fight for it. This is how the Unity Party fights for a future. And it's saying if you are a member, you want a position, you have to fight for it by paying 7,500. By paying 5,000, by paying 3,000, by paying 3,500. What is sealed in high places coming from the Unity Party? Ansony Sieh is the name. The song says we are all Liberians. That song is taking us home. We wish the opposition Unity Party well. Though we see trouble on the horizon, I hope leadership will be brought to bear, that these things will be averted. But I guarantee you, they don't have it. They are powerless. They are weak. They are disjointed. They are confused. They don't know what to do. They are without a leader who knows how to get things done. And so it will explode. I don't want it to explode. I want all the parties to be vibrant and strong, but hey, this is not magic. We saw that with the CPP. Everybody predicted that it came to pass. So why would this one not happen? But I have to go. I don't want to start a new show, but to say, enjoy the song, We Are All Liberians. Listen to that song 1 minute. It will inspire the spirit of patriotism and nationalism in you, and you will see the picture that Unity Party is up for sale because convention is not cheap. Thank you for watching. The song We Are All Liberians takes us home. The name is Ansony. Sieh. You can call me the troublemaker. Bye-bye, folks.
We are